This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, so after months of radio silence, Shelly Finkel, Deontay Wilder's co-manager, has now come out and spoken about some boxing stuff, most notably Tyson Fury next for Deontay Wilder, and then Undisputed against Anthony Joshua. Quite why Shelly Finkel's been quiet all this time, no idea. Maybe he's been out there in the Nevada desert reverse engineering some spacecraft at one of the hangars. I don't know what he's been doing. But either way, he says that Deontay Wilder will beat Tyson Fury. Then his next step will be the Undisputed fight against Anthony Joshua, providing, of course, Anthony Joshua gets past Alexander Usyk. Now, my reaction to this one, and by the way, the source for this is in the description box as always. Go give that a read once this video is finished, just so I won't have to go through his damn statement. But it's a case of, we've been here before, Shelly, haven't we? Every time Deontay Wilder fights, what is it that they talk about? Anthony Joshua. Why? To try and get more eyes onto Deontay Wilder. It's not rocket science. We've been around the circles with this many, many times. But for Shelly Finkel, at the end of the day, he was one of the reasons, maybe one of the main reasons, I don't know, maybe alongside Al Heyman and JD's, as to why Deontay Wilder has not already fought for Undisputed against Anthony Joshua, where Anthony Joshua offered Deontay Wilder $100 million guaranteed to fight him for Undisputed across 2 fights, of course. So you can pretty much split it, 50 million for one fight, 50 million for the other. And we know this is true, firstly, because Shelly Finkel has said that is true. And second of all, Deontay Wilder, when he's having a go at Tyson Fury for walking away from the third fight, he let slip, didn't he? He was offered a lot more money to fight Anthony Joshua than he was to fight Tyson Fury. But he's a man of his word and went for the Tyson Fury route for the rematch, of course. So we know all of that's true. I know the Wilder, it's a twerk army, they're still in denial about it all, and they're still saying, well, he offered Anthony Joshua 50 million. Again, we've been around the block with this one 100 times. I've shown everybody all the receipts, so I'll have to do it all again. But in brief, even Frank Warren said that the money was coming from BT Sport, a platform that Anthony Joshua could not fight on. And besides that, was it that Deontay Wilder done? At the end of the day, he's the fighter. He don't make the contracts. But it was him out on his Instagram saying to Anthony Joshua, the money's in the bag. You got 24 hours to decide. We're not going to show you a contract. We're not going to show you the terms. Take it or leave it. I mean, that's the kind of business these people were doing. But ultimately, all of that was what it was. Now, if, for example, Deontay Wilder does manage to get past Tyson Fury, and if, of course, Anthony Joshua does get past Alexander Usyk, would Joshua and Wilder happen next? You would have to say, probably not. Probably not. Again, history has shown that Wilder is all about talking the talk, but he's not about walking the walk. Okay, Fury was supposed to be a cherry pick just so he can keep on hyping up his own profile. Okay, it backfired on him spectacularly. But Wilder has shown time and time again, he's not interested in Undisputed. He's not interested in fighting Anthony Joshua. And I said it before, I'll say it again, I believe that one of the reasons why he's nervous about fighting Anthony Joshua is because he's spoken so much about Anthony Joshua, much like this whole Tyson Fury thing right now. They spoke about Anthony Joshua so much that when the opportunity comes, okay, cool. There's Anthony Joshua. There's the money. Let's have a fight. They make every excuse in the book to not do it. Because all the talk is far more embarrassing if you can't produce the goods. Sure, Wilder's got a hell of a punch. That's for sure. If he connects flush with Anthony Joshua, yes, there's a very good chance Joshua goes down and he don't get back up again. But can Wilder land that punch and not sustain any kind of damage from Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua can knock out Wilder with either hand. He's a dangerous, dangerous opponent for Deontay Wilder. Very, very dangerous. So I do believe that's why Shelly Finkel on that even encouraged Wilder to turn down numerous contract offers from Anthony Joshua, including the $100 million from DAZN. Again, even Shelly Finkel, he said himself that maybe they might make the Joshua-Wilder fight happen if he himself, as in Shelly Finkel, has a good relationship with head of DAZN, John Skipper, as opposed to Shelly Finkel having a good relationship with Eddie Hearn, which of course he doesn't. So that's him telling you the reason why Wilder and Joshua didn't happen, or at least one of the reasons, is because Shelly Finkel himself had a personal problem with Eddie Hearn. And if he gets a good relationship with John Skipper, then he will allow Wilder to go fight Joshua. You don't need me to explain any of that now, do you? Now, I don't believe that the undisputed fight will happen. I mean, it's more likely to happen now than what it was previously, because now Wilder has a loss on his resume, doesn't he? He's got a loss on his resume, so therefore now he doesn't really have that to protect anymore, because he's been worried about that undefeated record for a long, long time. In fact, he was even talking about going on to beat Rocky Marciano's record and whatever else. We always knew that weren't going to happen, but ultimately, now that's gone, time to collect the money. Because I do believe that Shelly Finkel, Deontay Wilder, Al Heyman and JD's all sat down together and said, well, you know what, we've been offered 100 million. Maybe if we can get past Tyson Fury, get him on our resume, we can go there into the Anthony Joshua fight and get even more money at some point. Well, that backfired spectacularly, didn't it? But ultimately, we'll have to wait and see. First things first, Wilder, he's got to deal with Tyson Fury. That ain't no gimme, that's for sure. In fact, if anything, you'd have to heavily favour Tyson Fury in that fight. But Wilder, he will always have that equaliser for sure. Joshua, he's going to have to get past Alexander Usyk. Again, very, very dangerous, awkward fight for Anthony Joshua. That's for sure. But if somehow Joshua does get past Usyk and somehow Wilder does get past Fury, is Wilder likely to make the fight? In my opinion, no. But there's more chance of it happening now than what there ever was before. Again, as I said before, because Wilder suddenly realised he was out in the cold. This huge payday, and for undisputed, was out the window for a long, long time. But now he's managed to secure the third fight with Fury. He's somewhat back in contention now. So this is his last hurrah. This is his last opportunity. If he gets past Fury and doesn't fight Joshua, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see. First things first, both these guys have to deal with their business. Personally, I think Fury's going to absolutely obliterate him and whatever else. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up. Subscribe. Catch you all in the next video.